Hello and welcome to Compass Global Markets Weekly Update. I'm Tony Boyajian. Well, first of all, we've got to say the recent Australian dollar strength that we saw was a function of a weaker US dollar, how tables can turn in the short term. 3 weeks ago, the Aussie dollar was trading as high as 81 US cents. It's subsequently fallen about 4%. It is currently trading around 78 US. Now, the key short-term technical levels that you need to keep an eye on are the support levels of 77.50 and then 76.60. Resistance is now on the top side around 78.7 US. We've seen Aussie-US bond spreads narrow, and the market believes that the Federal Reserve in the US will raise rates more aggressively than what the Reserve Bank of Australia will. Now, the sentiment has been negative for the Aussie-US because of this. All eyes are on the RBA Governor Lowe's comments at 2:30 p.m. today after its monthly board meeting. Elsewhere, the US tax reform plan to cut the corporate tax rate from 35% to 20% has provided an incentive for the market. The reported tax rate now for repatriation of funds from US corporations back to the US is around that 10% mark. And when you look at it, it has ignited this bullish overtone for the US dollar. We've seen the US dollar index rise 1% last week. It's already risen 0.5% since the market closed on Friday night. We've seen US manufacturing activity index rise from 58.8 in August to 60.8 in September. Meanwhile, US factory sector has grown to its strongest level, or fastest rate if you like, in 13 years. The market is currently pricing a 70% chance that the US Federal Reserve will raise interest rates in December 2017. Even though the Fed's preferred measure of inflation, the PCE index, has slowed to 1.3% per annum, well below its target rate of 2%. US President Donald Trump is expected to announce Kevin Warsh, who's a noted hawk, to replace Fed Chair Janet Yellen in early 2018 as the new Fed Chair. Now, Warsh is related to the President's close friend, Ronald Lauder. We've seen gold retreat by over 7% in the past 3 weeks and is currently at its lowest level in 2 months. The euro has come under a little bit of pressure from uncertainty raised by this Catalonian referendum. Now, meanwhile, Eurozone inflation remains steady at 1.5%, and we know that the European Central Bank is likely to reduce their asset purchase program and not completely abandon it. Elsewhere, and finally, Japan's Prime Minister Shinzo Abe has dissolved the parliament in Japan. It looks like the snap election will take place on the 22nd of October as he seeks a mandate to try and shift and win some policy decisions. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to watch our market wrap on every Thursday lunchtime from 12:15 to 12:30 on Sky Business News. Have a great week. I'm Tony Boyajian.